Hero to...
KO! Bullshit!
Hal had the tools and skills he needed to ensure a victory.
best if you have the full power of the Omnitrix. Access Master Control.
Master Control unlocked. Everything's unlocked? How many aliens can I turn into? 1,903 genetic samples available.
The Omnitrix's menus are arranged in sets of 10 for simplicity's sake. But with voice command, you can...
Nah, I always figured the Omnitrix had a failsafe that wouldn't let me die, and sure enough, it kicked in right when the Big Bang started. Gave me just the alien I needed.
Bring it on, Tiny. I can beat you with one hand tied behind another dimension.
So this was the first episode that I really enjoyed of Season 3. It had a very interesting premise, and it was a neat way to nerf Ben's powers to challenge him without the Omnitrix simply screwing up. I also like the detail that when someone transforms Ben from the other side and the badge placement moves, then Ben can access the Omnitrix from that point forward. Although it's a bit strange how independent the Omnitrix seemed from Ben, as if it's truly alive and not just a really smart AI. Because the Omnitrix is such a central point in the show, this is something that does add on to the mystery to it, but is also a very hard thing to accept. For better or for worse, this episode raises a lot of questions.
The Omnitrix is attached to me. It doesn't come off.
Oh, it's coming off all right. Okay, it's not coming off.
I tried to tell you. Not a scratch.
There are many dimensions, many universes, many Earths. Dimensions which are not always in sync in time. Think of time and space as this tree. The trunk is the main timeline. These branches represent alternate timelines, where reality literally branches off and becomes a different timeline, each containing its own Ben Tennyson.
A chrono-sapien time bomb. The detonation won't even touch this Ben Tennyson or his timeline. It's designed to wipe other timelines from existence.
Which one?
All of them. Only this timeline will be left intact, while all others will cease to exist. So every Ben Tennyson not from this timeline will be destroyed.
If you think of time and space as a tree with branches, then you and I are on a leaf that has fallen from it. Only now there is no longer any tree. Vilgax chopped it down.
The Omnitrix's millions of aliens is just nuts! He could only ever use one at a time, while Hal always has access to all of his powers.
Even with the flexibility of Master Control, this meant Ben was always playing catch-up. Not a great position to be in considering Green Lantern's might.
Ben's Diamond Head form was tough, sure, but he wasn't surviving a planet exploding in his face. Accelerate was wicked fast, but not fast enough to cross the universe in an hour.
Everything is frozen. We have gone so fast. We've outrun time.
And Waybig was really strong, but he didn't hit as hard as a supernova.
Supernova hot. All 4-year-olds have meltdowns.
Oh yeah, who's hot?
Just getting started.
Hal simply outclassed all of Ben's options.
And I would have proved it to the entire Omnitrix.
except for one.
Yeah, how the hell did Hal beat Alien X? That thing is basically omnipotent.
Well, not exactly.
Lot to get their attention, that's fine. We don't want it. Why not? They could just blink and we'd be gone.
Celestial Sapiens are extremely powerful, but they can be beaten in battle and have failed in the past. Like the time Alien X recreated the universe. He only did that because he couldn't stop it from being destroyed in the first place.
So, this is Alien X, huh? Great. We're toast. Is being destroyed?
Alien X could definitely match a lot of Hal's power, but Hal had defenses against all of X's. Mind control? The ring protects Hal's head. Mess with time? Hal can do that too. Trying to wipe him from existence? Please, Green Lanterns can survive an entire universe being erased.
Likewise, Alien X has never shown any defenses against the same kinds of things that Hal could replicate, like mind control, transmutation, and time manipulation. However, Hal had the speed, versatility, and literal willpower necessary to claim his victory.
You serious?
The argument is, couldn't upgrade hack into Hal's ring. Well, Hal actually has a force field that covers him at all times, and in the event of danger, the ring will actually act automatically and shield him, or just pull him out of harm's way. And Dr. Manhattan actually once tried to understand a Green Lantern power ring and struggled to. This is going to be image 2A, Gerardo.
Thanks, Gerardo.
So he does destroy the ring, but he doesn't fully understand how it works. He struggles to. To give you context,
he literally says, "I find it difficult to affect," and this is like God, man.
Yeah.
Basically.
Dr. Manhattan in DC is a lot more powerful than Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen. Dr. Manhattan in DC is the way DC Comics works is that, you know, if you are on a higher dimensional level than someone, you're like infinitely more powerful. Like if me compared to a drawing, that's a 3-dimensional human versus a 2-dimensional. That's the concept. And Dr. Manhattan is on a higher dimensional level than Mr.
With all the free will that goes along with that.
Ben.
That was totally worth giving up all that power.
Another alien brought up, or two aliens brought up, are feedback and chromostone, because Hal produces energy from his ring, so couldn't feedback or chromostone absorb that. Yes, they could, but Hal can actually absorb energy that's been taken out of his ring back into his ring.
Of course he can.
Yeah, why not? Image 2C. Plus, like, okay, yeah, feedback could absorb some of his energy, but then... Hal has, the ring allows him more than just shooting green lasers. Literally, and I'm taking this as an almost direct quote, there's from a comic called Green Lantern, The Last Will and Testament of Hal Jordan. Hal explains that the ring can actually do anything and everything. It turns imagination into a reality.
Yes.
The point of it is that it's not just like a thing that shoots like green constructs. It is a device that if you ask it to do something, it'll just do it. And the details aren't super important. And this is something that's consistent from, the beginning of Green Lantern's run in the 60s, pre-crisis stuff, all the way till now. Like Grant Morrison went in an interview about his new miniseries, and he said, yeah, I really wanted to explore the concept of a ring as something that is a magic wishing ring. The problem with most of Ben's aliens is that they lack the physical stats to compete with the Green Lantern. So they might have great hacks, but Hal can match all their hacks. And can move at 1.5 quintillion times the speed of light.
I just want to point out that you haven't looked at your notes at all. You've just been talking
Other than
about
to
this.
reference the
This
image.
And degree matters. So, like, both characters are faster than light. 5 times faster than light and 5 billion times faster than light. You're both faster than light, but one is 1 billion times faster than the other.
Yeah.
So degree matters, essentially. And I don't think there's anything saying that he's as fast as Hal. And so what he does is he switches into the 3 Echoes, and then they switch back into Ben's, and they go do those things. But there's a reason why he never does this anymore. It's because it almost got him killed at the end of the episode. Each of them could transform into a separate alien, but they weren't able to coordinate the same way that a single Ben could, and they ended up getting in each other's ways, and they ended up almost losing. And so at the end, Ben realizes the best strategy is to just be one Ben, and he merges and fights as one alien. So that's why that wasn't included, is because in the episode itself, it was something that was not optimal.
The creators of Ben 10, multiple different creators, I believe, creators, artists, etc., have said that Alien X is a multiversal being. Why was this not mentioned, and why did this not come into play?
So everyone that's bringing this up is referencing this particular blog, this Man of Action blog. But there's nothing in canon that suggests that he could be full-on multiversal. He could jump a tier from universal to multiversal. So that's why that was not included. And again, this is Word of God, and we only do Word of God stuff if it like matches something, or it confirms or explains something that happens in canon. But in this case, it's very direct, and everyone's bringing this up as evidence that Alien X is multiversal. And I'm kind of like, did you read it? It's not clear if, like, removing a body part is what causes it, or any kind of bodily injury. Because if you can extend that concept to, would the energy pulse activate if Ben has been injured at all? Well, Ben's been injured like tons of times in the show. It's part of the show. And the energy pulse doesn't usually activate unless it's the watch itself being removed. So a body part, for instance, there's in the season 1 finale of the original series called secrets. Vilgax surrounds the Omnitrix in a huge machine and then gets out a big laser sword to cut his arm off to do exactly that. And if Hal was aware of the energy pulse, he could just replicate that kind of thing with a construct and then remove Ben's arm.
Cracking the control combination is child's play for a master of the Omnitrix.
Power surge must have affected the watch.
Bang, because the watch was able to react to the Big Bang, and this is due to the failsafe as well, which we'll get into. But it's worth mentioning. It's worth finding out the speed of the Omnitrix's AI because its ability to react to threats is determined by its AI. So how fast is the Big Bang? Well, it's not really clear. Cosmic inflation, which happens in the first 10 to the negative 30th second of the universe's lifespan. It expanded really fast, and then it slowed down. What we can do is we can look at that episode. The episode is A New Dawn. It's from Omniverse, where when the Nylarg goes off and creates a universe, it after about 6 seconds or so, you can start to see galaxies form. So if you take the distance between us and, say, the Andromeda Galaxy, what's the distance between galaxies, and apply that to the speed, that'd be about 13 trillion times the speed of light for the propagation of the Big Bang. Compared to Hal's speed, that's about 100,000 times slower, because Hal was able to fly across the universe at 1.5 quintillion times the speed of light. And in terms of specific constructs, like how fast do Hal's constructs move, he was once able to create these little drones which flew and searched the entire universe for other Green Lanterns. So they searched the entire volume of the universe in the span of a heartbeat, which is pretty familiar. May sound familiar to the Mega Man.exe calc, which was
crazy.
It's the same kind of feat, except he does it even faster. When I calced it, I got about 400 novemdecillion times the speed of light, which is a 4 followed by 60 zeros, and about 10 to the 49th times faster than the Omnitrix could react. This doesn't account for the number of drones that he had, so he had a couple, but it also doesn't account for the fact that the DC's universe is much larger. That would inflate the volume by a lot. So yeah.
So next question, you said Hal's ring has a time limit while the Omnitrix does not. This means that Hal would eventually lose regardless, right?
That only works if the two characters are both perfectly even. So if we have two characters that are even in every regard, one cannot kill the other, and one has a weakness like a 24-hour time limit, then yeah, in that case. But Hal has most of the advantages in the fight, even against Alien X. I mean, we mentioned his speed. He would be able to kill Ben or Alien X far quicker than 24 hours would pass.
I mean, one of the things is Alien X could erase Hal in a single blink of an eye. And it's think about how long a blink of an eye is when you're talking about somebody that goes trillions of times the speed of light. A blink of the eye is rather fucking slow, and Hal can do a shit ton in that time frame to stop it. So
it's also worth mentioning that Alien X, because people are bringing that up a lot too, Alien X actually has never erased anyone from reality. This is a statement about celestial sapiens in general from Kevin. He says they could blink and you'd be gone. So how he actually does it is a little unclear. In the animation, it was a slow fade just for a dramatic effect, like slow death and then punctuate by, no, you can't. That's just the idea behind it. If Alien X tried to erase Hal instantly, it would fail instantly. Green Lantern powerings have defended against the Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was the multiverse, universes being erased and then eventually the multiverse being erased or remade, merged into one. So it wouldn't work. That applies to his...
to my list of questions here. Is there anything in your notes that you wanted to mention?
Just a really brief. I think one of the issues that people brought up in the last page is that Hal just isn't powerful. Like, Alien X is above Hal. He's not powerful enough to kill Alien X. Alien X is roughly universe level. He survived the destruction of the universe and then recreated it. And he's battled the Galactic Gladiator, another celestial sapien, so that kind of confirms that he's consistently at that level. Green Lantern... willpower. He's also fought and hurt Captain Atom, who could create and destroy a universe in a nanosecond. This is M8A, Gerardo, when they reference the destruction of the... Yep. So he's created and destroyed a universe, and I forget if it says here that he does it in a nanosecond.
He couldn't bring the dog back to life. In a nanosecond, you destroyed the universe and then recreated exactly the same, except that this time in this world, the dog lived. Just the way you said it did.
A character, so Hal's fought a character that can create and destroy a universe, and for the exact panel where he fights him, that's going to be M8, just regular M8. That sounds an awful lot like someone we know, like maybe Alien X. So, yeah, Hal's very consistent. He's also... also scales to Kyle, who stopped the Big Bang. And this Big Bang, this is really brief because we brought this up. The DC universe is larger. Its diameter is at least 200 trillion light years, which is much larger than ours. The energy that would be required to create a universe, the total mass energy of a universe that size, would be about 10 billion times more than ours, which means that Kyle was able to produce about 10 billion times more energy to stop that Big Bang than creating a regular universe. The one that Alien X did. Hal scales to Kyle because he's, has more willpower than any Green Lantern. And Kyle was actually present in the fight against Chrono and was not able to kill Chrono, while Hal was able to. So, yeah. Hal could, at his best, produce roughly 10 billion times more energy than Alien X did in his best feat. So, yeah.